Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fundamental Fridays, where you will learn new information about the ketogenic diet or a low carb diet. Today's topic is what can I eat? So let's get right into it. Protein. For proteins, we have beef, poultry, like turkey, chicken. You have some lamb or veal, fish, and shellfish. And then you have your processed meat. So that'll be sausage, pepperoni, hot dogs, pork like bacon or ham. So those you can eat. Now, for sides, we can do some veggies. So we got salad greens. Tell you what, if it's a leaf, go for it. Avocados, alfalfa sprouts, asparagus is a really good one. Artichokes. You got black and green olives. You have bamboo shoots. You also have bean sprouts. There's so many. Black soybeans, which are my favorite. Brussels sprouts, another favorite. Broccoli, another favorite. Coyote or chayote, I don't know how to say that. Cauliflower, which is an obvious. Cucumber. You have celery. You have celoric root or celery root, eggplant. You have so many. Don't limit yourself. You have lettuce of all kinds. We have some edamame beans, green beans, or known also as string beans, jicama, mushrooms, okra. There's so many sides that we can make. You have some pickles, relish. Avoid the added sugar ones. Pumpkin, peppers, radishes, sugar snap peas, snow peas, scallions, summer squash, turnips, tomatoes, watercress, zucchini. Now let's move on to the dairy, because there's so many good things we can do with dairy, right? I'm a cheesehead. I love cheeses. So thankfully we can do all the cheeses, cream cheese included. Then we have sour cream. We have heavy cream. We can make sauces with coconut milk, the unsweetened kind, of course, as well as the almond milk, unsweetened as well. Mayo, you can either make it yourself or choose the lowest carb mayo available. Then moving on to fruit, we have blackberries, we have blueberries, we have gooseberries, which I don't know what those are. Huckleberries, I haven't seen yet either. We have lemon and lime juices. Of course, there are measurements for those to not be exceeded. We have raspberries, also salmon berries, which I don't know what those are either, sorry. Strawberries are one of my favorite. And then here are the miscellaneous items. You got your yellow mustard, some soy sauces. I like the amino acids best. Salt and vinegar, there's no restriction on that. Ketchup or barbecue sauce, obviously make your own or make it low carb. You got some pork rinds or pork skins. I call them chicharrones. When you look at these, my favorite are the plain, the salt and vinegar, which have 0 carbs, and some barbecue chicharrones have 0 carbs as well. Just make sure to look at the nutrition label. Just a side note here, eat when you're hungry and stop when you are satisfied. It's very important to understand your body. Fats, lard, oil, and butter are allowed. Now, just before we move on, I want to also mention here, be sure to check the ingredients in any items that you purchase, especially if you know you have allergies. I mean, sometimes I'll post something and someone will be like, oh, well, you can kill somebody with that. Like, really? If you have an allergy, I think you're intelligent enough to make sure you look at the ingredients in a product before even trying it. regardless of who suggests it, because you know you have an allergy, right? So please be sure to do so. Moving on to foods to avoid. You want to avoid any foods with hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats, such as margarine. So make sure it's butter, not margarine. You want to avoid food with barley malt, foods with lactose, white sugar, of course. Avoid beans and legumes. Avoid rice. Avoid any honey. Root vegetables like carrots, parsnips, corn, potatoes, obviously fries and potato chips. Wah, wah. Maple syrup, low carb is fine, and there are low carb options available. Avoid any crackers unless you make them your own, like the cheese crackers. Avoid molasses. Some people do use molasses in very minor doses. I just completely avoid it. Corn syrup, of course, is not good. So avoid that as well as milk. I don't know if you've noticed, but milk does have carbohydrates. Any flavored yogurts, you can absolutely make your own yogurt and then add some vegetables. Ugh. You can do that. I mean, as a sauce or whatever, but I meant to say fruit. Avoid fruit juices, any dried fruits, processed fruits, grains, even whole grains. We must avoid them. Cereals, of course, unless you make your own. Avoid flour, like all-purpose flour, cornstarch, breads, of course, unless you make your own. Pastas, unless you make your own. Muffins. These are all things that you can make your own. Bagels, that's been a popular one lately. And of course, beer, because it has all the barley and everything. Well, that's it for today, guys. And I hope that this list was helpful to you. Leave a comment below if it was. You can go ahead and visit my website at www.ketowithlee.us for the PDF version of this list. That way you can hang it on your fridge or carry it around with you. I have mine on my refrigerator because when I feel like I need to switch up my menu, I go ahead and refer to the list so that way I know what I can eat and what I cannot eat, because it is a list until you get used to it. If you have any questions, drop a comment below, and I look forward to hearing from you all. Remember, sharing is caring, and remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Make it a great day. Stay keto-tastic. Until next time on Fundamental Fridays. See you then.